All right, welcome everybody to a day of trading. Kind of got an expected hiccup. We hit a speed bump in the road on the bullish November plan. So we got Lisa, lovely Lisa, joining us from Australia. For her, don't feel trust me, don't feel bad for her, but it is Friday for her already. It is almost 5 o'clock.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not drinking. It's
It's
5 o'clock.
almost knockoff time, except crypto's 24 hours, so not really.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run through the charts really quick on my side. Then I'm going to hand it off to Lisa, and Lisa's got some pretty good charts. She's going to go over she's got Bitcoin Cash and BTC for us, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, all right, all right. So let me just run through really quick, kind of what kind of my thoughts are and what's been happening. Let's see. We're all right. So we're just going to start with the chart I have up here. Might as well. So listen, yesterday, if you guys saw, I had been looking for a short, and I've had this over here, and this is kind of the what I said. I've been playing longs on my alts and looking to short the majors, right, as a scalp. Now, for me, I'm looking for this channel. If this channel breaks, right, then I'm going to be bearish. If this channel holds, I'm going to be bullish, right, on at least a bounce up. So I'm going to be bullish for at least a bounce up. Now, I still have a top side, and my top side is 66.40, and pretty soon that's going to be higher, and we'll go over that simply because of the Bollinger Band on the monthly, and we'll get to that chart at the very end. But pretty easy. Everybody kind of saw where I was shorting, and we made this call yesterday. Got a nice little drop down. Now I'm going to come over to this chart because I simply just want to pull up some of the daily and just different daily candles. So we're going to start with our 4 hour here. Hold on a second. 4 hour, 4 hour. All right. So kind of looking at our 4 hour candle. Listen, we're on a red 9. Okay. Listen, I'm looking for a bounce here, right? So we're going to be looking for a bounce here pretty soon. I just think that the bounce we're going to get is going to be pretty limited on my side. I think we're going to have a bounce, but I'm not targeting anything higher than really 6,500. Okay, so on my side, I think we're going to get we're looking for a little bounce, and then we're going to continue our downward trajectory because we are like we've just we got some heat. We put some heat in. Some of these lower time frame indicators getting kind of low, right? They're dropping over. We're going to go over to our 6 hour. Let's pull our 6 hour up here. And 6 hour, there we go. So we got all three exchanges. Pretty good run down. Take a look. Coinbase, pretty good run down. There was a good run from the top to the bottom side. Still, the 6 hour chart not showing me anything candle wise there. We're going to run up to the 12 hour. 12 hour chart, nothing, just a bearish candle, bearish candle. We're still in this, we still got a long way to go, 7 hours to go to close out the candle we're in right now. I don't see any reason why we can't, over the next couple hours, get a push back up and, even turn this into a bullish candle possibly. Now, the thing I'd be worried about is some kind of an inside bar here. But I'm just going to watch this. Now, in the 12 hour, we've got a long way to go, right? We had our true strength index rollover on us. We had our Stoke rollover on us. Now we're going to pull this up to the daily. Let's take a look at our daily here. Just a bearish candle, right? I mean, over here, look at the Coinbase. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. We talked about this is more shooting starish. Really nothing and nothing. I mean, it would have been a little harder to call these two tops on these two charts. You got a little bit of more of a topish candle over here on the daily on Coinbase though. But look, we're rolling over on all the exchanges except for Binance. So Binance really is just touching at the top here, trying to roll over. But everything else is rolled over. Your true strength index rolled over on all your other exchanges. So I'm watching this closely to see what happens. And listen, I want to take a look at this. Is a very interesting. So listen, if you look at the candle right here, right, just looking at this basic candles, forget about these candles, right? Forget about the other candles that you just were looking at, okay? just looking at this structure, the very first thing when I see this structure right here is a candle combo. So that's when you combine multiple candles together to create one candle. And that's why, when you go over here, you've created a candle combo. And take a look at this candle that you made over here on the 2-day, right? So you just kicked out a brand new 2-day candle that's rocking. And look at this candle that you threw up on the 2-day, right? So I'm going to bring this over 2-day. So look at this very, very bearish 2-day candle that you guys just posted up. This thing is absolutely wicked, insanely bearish. This is a super bear candle here. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking, a little bit of a bounce, but I'm looking for more downside here because of this 2-day candle we just posted up. Now you can see we got a lot of, support below us with the, this is the 7 and the 10. So look, there's support below us, but above us, you wicked out on that 50. The 50 held us down. We're actually below the 30 and the 50, which are much stronger. We're going to see how this plays out. Let's look at our 3-day. Same damn thing. Now look at this 3-day candle. Wow. If that ain't a bearish candle right there, like you guys tell me, it doesn't get any more bearish shooting star candle than that right there on the 3-day. So for me, wow. Okay, so this is a very bearish candle that we just got right here at the top of a trend line that we just closed out on the 3-day candle. But look, we haven't rolled over right here, right? Like when I look at a big candle like this with some kind of reversal, I'd be very cautious looking for a possible rollover of my Stokes. And we hadn't rolled over on our Stoke. We're still super deep on the Stoke on a lot of these charts, right? So you're pretty low right here, but I would really, really be cautious being too bullish on this candle right here without first expecting some more downside on this, baby, okay? Now, this is where it gets kind of ugly, okay? We are marching down into the weekly, right? So we're on Thursday. We've got time to close this out. But look at this propeller candle. So we've basically, if you were to combine these two candles together, right? Just right now, you were to combine these two candles together, you would get a very similar candle to this, right? I would look at these as a candle combo of just a doji candle right now. If this just stopped and tomorrow was Sunday and we jumped into a new candle, I would call this a double doji bearish setup, right? Because you had a very bullish candle. You then had a spinning top slash doji. You then had this propeller style candle right here. You could actually combine this. It would be almost a Darth Maul candle and or a big propeller candle. And I would look at this just as a big long-legged doji, and I would be more bearish on this than bullish, right? And the reason I would be more bearish on this than bullish is pretty simple. So when I look at this candle combo, what I'm looking to be bullish on this candle that we're playing out right here is this. I'm looking for this volume, right? And there's our volume. You see our volume. So we're on Thursday, right? We got 3 more days to go. Lisa's on Friday already, right? Lisa's on Friday. She's a day ahead of us. So what, like right now, what I'm looking for is the volume. I want to see a lot more volume pour in on this day. Other than that, otherwise, I'm looking at this as still as a descending bearish volume trend. You can see the descending bearish volume trend here on your weekly chart, and we haven't broken out of that. You can say, look at this one right here though, vamp this one out. No, this is descending volume. We're still teetering down. I want to see ascending volume. I want to see a pattern of not days, but weeks. I want to start to see weeks of pattern, of bullish pattern. And what I want to see is, first thing you got to do is you've got to break over these volume bars right here in order to get bullish for me, right? So I want to see a green volume candle higher than this, at least higher than this, which is pretty easy to do right there, and higher than this one right here. So we got some work to put on in order for me to get a much more bullish on this Chalk and money flow. Money in Phoenix just continues to dump. We had somebody dumped a bunch of money out of the market on Phoenix and on Binance. So Phoenix and Binance, somebody just dumped a bunch of money out of them, as you can clearly see on the chalk and money flow. Listen, you don't mess with the bubble charts, right? The bubble charts are just God's gift to charting. Okay, I have nothing to do with it. This is just, this is just, it's magic, right? I can't explain how these damn things work. It's just, it's confluence. I found it. It's easy to make. There's videos on how to make these bubble charts in the members area. But look, see this, look at this turn, right? And when you look at this, is a 12-hour chart. This, to go sideways on a 12-hour chart on an indicator like this, it is really, really challenging. Let me tell you what, it takes a lot to go sideways on this. But this is the power of the bubble charts and where they call, look at that, tech perfect, right? And you go back, right, tap perfect, and it's amazing how well these bubble charts actually call out the long and short areas. And we came up here and I was like, this is the story of my life right here. BTC is seriously playing with my emotions getting up here, right? Because this is where you can start to go into your safely into your long trades as a hedge, right? And that's one of the things I was looking for. I was like, hey, man, I was in, funny thing as we were down here, I'm like, I'm looking to go in shorts. I'm looking to go in shorts. I'm looking, and it got up here, and I swear I was in the members area going, guys, I'm scared. Someone hold me. Somebody hold me. Because I was like, my short is about to get wrecked, right? And I had it in there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to get wrecked. This is going to be super embarrassing. And we turned around absolutely perfect on a dime on that line. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. The bubble chart holds true to its consistency. Now, you know, we just kind of got to watch this. And here's the thing we're watching for. As this, and I said I've been looking for a rollover. And if you've been watching for the last 3 days, I just started calling this like 3 days ago. I said I'm watching for a rollover. So we got the rollover. Now what happens is when this blue indicator, which is your MACD, touches your orangish indicator right here, you usually get a flash dump. Okay, so you get a flash dump. So you guys got to watch this, because if you get a flash dump right there, that's the, you know, this is be very careful. When this blue indicator touches this orange indicator, you get a flash dump. It can be 100 to 300 points. So let's just be careful. Here you go. So listen, the bubble chart on the RSI, this is going to need some work. Okay, this is definitely going to need some work, because this chart, I feel, is kind of, I got to dig into this again and figure out where the new confluence is. And right now, look at how easy this is. Now, I think I can come up here, right? I can create a brand new line. I can put it up here. I'm going to turn it white, make it super big. And there we go, right? I mean, this honestly is looking where my new bullish break is, right? If it doesn't break higher than this, it's just not a bullish breakout. But I'm going to have to dig into this chart, because we just keep getting got rejected there, got rejected there. We're going to have to see going back. Oh, look, got rejected there, got rejected there. Look at it. That works out really, really nice. A little bit over it, but this is looking good. So I might have to move, right? Simply because time has changed. What I might have to do is I might have to take this, right, and move this up here. And that would be our new bullish line. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the color on this, right? So I'm going to change this to like pink, because it's just, it's maybe yellow, because it's like 50-50 for me. Like, we're breaking this line, it's holding, but when we seem to be breaking it lately, we just can't break out like we did historically. And you can go back test all these lines, you'll see they all work. RSI, once again, I'm going to have to dig into this RSI and see and find a new trend line. Listen, our trend line died. There's our trend line right there. There's our trend line. Our trend line is completely died, and I'm not going to change anything. I'm still looking for this to come down, and test this lower wedge here and then come up and do something. These are the paths. These are the paths. I'm still looking for a down and then an up. Okay. Let's take a look at our histogram, ADX chart. So our ADX chart on our daily, right? Remember, we talked about this. We were watching this as these two touch. This was our warning sign. We were looking for something similar to happen. Like, look, every time these two, the green and the orange have come together, right there and right there, right there and right there, we got a very bearish reaction out of that touch. So look, we got a little bitty baby bearish reaction, but that's about it. We just haven't got any follow through right here. Okay, now I like to talk about a double top on our RSI. I'm sorry, on this ADX chart. And we might have just got the double top right here. Remember, lower top, higher top, lower top, higher top, lower top, higher top. And every time you do the lower top, higher top, the higher top ends up with the big dump, right? So look, every single time we put in a higher top. Now we just put in a higher top. Let's see if this is going to play out the same way, if we're going to get a big drop out of here, because we did just create a second higher top on that timeline. Supports and resistances on our WMA TSI chart. Pretty good call, right? Look at that. Oh, bang, bang down. Very nice. This is working out well. We hit our support, our top line right there. Bounced off it. Same thing. So listen, I still on this chart over here. And both charts, until we break out higher of this, I'll be bullish. Break out lower than this, I'll be bearish, right? I'm still, I'm in my bearish trade still. And I do have my stop losses set for my altcoins that I'm in. And, we're just going to see how those play out. I do hate Coinbase right now, right? Historic volatility chart, right? This historic volatility chart tells you not a damn thing has changed. No direction has been picked bullish or bearish. Nothing has changed. We're still just trading in a range. And until this thing takes off one direction or another, and if it's got to really take off, then we'll actually pick a team. But the historical volatility chart has not picked a team yet. ADX higher time frame, done nothing. Now, this is the chart that has me the most flustered of all my charts. The long to short chart has me just absolutely confused, because we are just, it went down more, right? How did our short RSI go down more? It continues to drop. Our shorts continue to drop. Right? The shorts keep going down. We hit the resistance perfectly over here. Like, this is a perfect resistance point on this RSI, and just got rejected on it. And once again, why are our shorts continuing to fall out? I'm really stumped. This is a puzzle. I just don't understand. I don't know. I honestly, hopefully Lisa can help us out. Lisa, what do you think about the short situation?
Yeah, so I think, we're just about to get a bounce for an internal B wave.
Your chart is live. They can see your chart.
Yeah. So we've got, so we're in this fourth wave, but I really think, hang on, let me draw some lines. I'll change the color here. So let's go green. So internal B wave, I think, will come up here. We'll come down here. We'll hit somewhere between these red dash lines. So I've probably gone a little bit high there. I think it'll go sort of 6,500, 6,550-ish. So, and then come back down. So our break for our Elliott is around the 6,433 mark, but that doesn't mean we can't wick down. So, a wick is not going to break the Elliott wave pattern. So I've got sort of a bounce within that sort of 6,433 to 6,400 range. But I do think we're going to see a bounce here first. And I think that's why the shorts are sort of, getting eaten up a bit.
Yeah.
right
I,
now.
I don't know. I'm in a short. I'm shorting, so I'm one of the
You've been
shorts.
shorting since you've been shorting since that, internal wave 5 in that third wave that I've got there. I think you're fine. It's not going to come up and kill you short. So, it's still going to keep going down to that 6,400 range, but we're going to see a small bounce soon, definitely.
Yeah.
I think the RSI is in a position where, it could see a bounce. It's not, it's sort of in the middle there. It's not seriously oversold or seriously overbought. So, that small internal bounce might just be what, kind of your Friday needs. My Saturdays are always pretty good here, on Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm seeing before we head up again. Where for me, it's a neutral zone. It's been neutral since June. We've been trading 6 to 8,000, not really going much out of that range. So until we break way below 6 or way above 8, that for me is going to continue to be a neutral zone. It's no man's land. It just keeps bouncing, and it's kind of a frustrating area. So, the patterns are just overly extended. We keep going into extended, Z wave patterns and stupid Elliott wave patterns at the moment. So, it's kind of hard to sort of depict where we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, the larger trading area that we're in, and let me just pounce on here a little bit more. I got one more big wave chart that I want to show everybody.
Yeah.
So here you got. Let me show everybody. So this is my weekly and my monthly right here. So my weekly and my monthly are really where I'm looking at my top line. So I still see us as a top. We've still got our trend lines on the bottom. And and in fact, I should add one more trend line right there. So I'm going to add that trend line right there. So, I still see, and if you look on this weekly candle, I'll tell you what, this weekly candle setup that we have going right now, the 2 weeks, in fact, the last 2 weeks that we've had, oh God, I lied. Let's go all the way back. Like honestly, you could take this candle right here, see this big red and then the green. I mean, this could be a giant doji candle right here.
Yeah.
This is a giant doji candle right here. This is a giant doji candle. I mean, literally from here to here is all this is just a giant doji candle. From here to here is a big doji candle. From here to here, it just all we're doing is running straight down this line right here, pretty much where we're
Yeah.
at in the zone on my chart. And you guys, I like to tell everybody that it's called my kryptonite zone. So we're trapped in the kryptonite zone, and we
We're
just
definitely trapped in that zone right now.
yeah, it just can't all the way back. And this is a weekly chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, you could run this zone literally all the way back to here. So right back here was this August 13th. Starting August 13th, we are now November 5th. What are we? November, what are we? November 7th or your 8th maybe. So we
Yeah.
literally have moved zero from
I'm
here.
ninth, you're eighth.
Yeah, there you go. From here to here, we just haven't moved and nothing has changed inside of this little zone right here. And it's just like Lisa says, it's a no man's zone of trading, right? That's all it
Yeah, and
is.
unless you're trading like all these bounces, and which is very
Which we are.
possible. We
Yeah, we
are,
are.
yeah, we are. But if you're not an experienced trader, then you seriously need to get some lessons in because you're going to get wrecked. And so many people on Twitter getting wrecked at the moment because they're not understanding that this is a no man's land and it's a neutral zone and there's not a lot happening. It's just sort of bouncing between those zones, and the waves are small right now. They're not huge, powerful, and there's not a lot of volume coming in on any of the exchanges.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree. And for a lot of people are have a lot of hype over the back that's coming up on the 12th, and this is one of the things
Yeah.
we talked about today. And my thing is, it's just a future. We already
Yeah,
have
exactly.
futures.
We already have these, and it's like, yeah, it's exciting and it's something that, something to look forward to in crypto, but is it going to make a huge, huge sort of, change to everything? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Maybe
ETFs.
maybe for that day that it gets released, and that'll be a bit of excitement for that day. But in the overall scheme of things, I don't think it's a major changing factor.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we've got AVFR, big fan of yours. She's online right now. She said, "Can we get a shout out for all the women at work, especially here in the crypto space, man?" Lisa's like one of the pioneers in the crypto space.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, big shout out to Lisa for holding it down for all the ladies out there. And and it's what's funny is this like I look at crypto, man or woman. It's like I was just at WCC, and there was plenty of women women there, and I was like, they have just as much knowledge, and
I'm
this.
so excited about all the ladies coming into this space and all the
Yeah.
ladies like getting the knowledge and learning to trade and getting that power behind them and understanding what blockchain is and understanding what all of these technologies are. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I only have one regret launching my Twitter. I definitely should have launched a catfish Twitter. I should have. In fact, for a test, I swear to God, next year when the bull run takes off, or when we start to, when I swear to God, 2019, I'm gonna go out and just as a test, I'm gonna launch a catfish Twitter
Well, do
site,
you know what?
and I'm gonna put all my home run calls on that site, and it's all gonna be free, and they're just gonna be all these amazing home run calls, and then
Well, do you
everybody's
know
like, "God,
what?
this girl is good."
Well, Kieran that used to be in the Discord with me before all of that happened. But anyway, so he decided to do, so he's KDib on Twitter. So he decided to do a catfish Twitter and it completely bombed.
What?
Yeah, he had yoga and crypto and it was the funniest thing.
Oh,
And
that's hilarious.
he couldn't win. He couldn't win.
As bad trading as a girl as he was, as bad trading as a guy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
He's good.
he's pretty good.
He's
He's got
good.
his triangles happening, and he's got his own form of trading. So, and
Yeah,
it's a really good beginners trading sort of scenario.
yeah.
But yeah, the catfish thing didn't work for
That's
it.
hilarious. All right, so let's bring up Lisa's Bitcoin Cash. I see you've
Let's
been
go.
posting a lot about Bitcoin Cash. Let's
Yeah.
take a look at that puppy. Okay,
So
hold
let's have a
on.
look here. So Bitcoin Cash has got a fork coming up on the 15th. So it's been tearing its own pathway. So it's been heading up before Bitcoin does. So it's kind of, we see Bitcoin Cash head up and then we know within a day or so Bitcoin's going to follow. So that's kind of what's been happening right now. So like Bitcoin, we're in that wave, that fourth wave. Oh, I've got my waves wrong here. So it doesn't want to change. So we've got a fourth. Let's just adjust my waves. Take that off. Ah,
Yeah, the
doesn't want to happen.
story of my life.
It's a touch
Yeah.
screen here and I haven't got a mouse. It's just
Oh,
doesn't
got it.
want to do
Okay.
it. Yeah, so there we go. So we've got our fourth wave. So that's happening. I posted a couple of days ago that it's going to go down to 520. Everyone lost their mind. No, it's going up. Well, guys, it does have to retrace before it has to go up. So 520 is around the point I see this coming down. I think we've got to bounce up soon again, like we do with Bitcoin for a B wave. Retraces for a fourth wave are normally sort of slow. They're just painful. And that's how we know that they're fourth waves. Yeah, so that's kind of happening right now. We'll see that bounce up in the next probably, I'd say, 6 to 8 hours. And then we're probably looking at a sort of a 600-ish, 620 sort of range there. And then we'll come back down for that 520 at the lowest. It could go sort of 540, 545-ish. They're all sort of fib lines within there. I'll post some more charts up on Twitter. But we've got some good volume coming in. The sell volume has died off on this 4-hour chart. So that's why I'm definitely seeing that bounce happening soon. Our RSI has cooled and it's sort of in a very, very neutral zone right now. And yeah, it's kind of forming like a downward wedge. So we are going to see that bounce, and it's all the things that you need to look at to see where we're going to get these small bounces if you're trading all the waves. So if you have been holding since around the $400 mark, it's not going to sort of cause you any problems if you want to hold to that top of that fifth wave. So we're still looking for that range, that sort of $680, $700 range for that fifth wave. And I think it's going to keep going up, towards the 15th. So we needed to have that RSI cool a bit. We needed to have that fourth wave come in. And yeah, so heading up towards when the fork is going to happen on the 15th, I really see that those, prices sort of hitting that $680, $700 mark. But there will be as there always is with a fork, a huge sell-off.
Huge sell-off, yeah. And in fact, I'm kind of looking for the sell-off to happen before it actually the 15th. So I'm kind of looking for a sell-off before, because everybody knows that there's going to be a huge sell-off.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. You don't want to get caught in that. So it's like, and I know my brother's going to be swearing at me if he hears this, but it's like, well, it's going to happen.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think everybody knows now that after you get the forks, that there's a massive dump. So I think we saw this with, God, what coin was it before? Hold on a second. Hold on one second. I'll tell you.
Yeah, there was one just recently, and it was a massive sell off, and quite a few people that I was talking to on Twitter got massacred. And you just couldn't get out of the trade.
It was EOS.
Yeah, EOS was a huge sell off.
So the EOS sell off, and we have a Crypto Moon. He's one of my followers on he sent me some really good charts on how the timing worked for the sell-off of EOS, and he said that literally just 1 week ahead, people just started blowing it out because they knew that if you wait, if you got too greedy, you got burned. And
it's
boy,
the same with anything though. If you get too greedy, you're going to get burned. It's like you've got to know when to get out of these trades and take some profits. If you're a trader,
so that was
it's like, and you're in profit, take some profits. It's just, the market's too volatile, and, the waves are too small to be going, it's going to be going up. I'm just going to wait. It's like, and that's how you do get wrecked.
Yeah. So that was, God, was that May? That was
May. I think so.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So let's go back, and I actually have my chart right here. I'm going to bring my chart up. Give me a second, everybody. Let me confirm this. Hold on. Let me confirm what day it was. Just want to confirm. March 5th. Got it. So it's March 5th. No, that can't be right. And March, is that 2017?
No.
Yep, it was. It was March 5th, 2017.
Wow.
Right? No. Where the hell did that thing happen? When did EOS... Oh, sorry, that was ETC. So ETC and EOS both did it.
Yeah.
So they
Okay.
both did it. All right, so here we go. So it is May 2018. I do have the chart. Let me bring up the chart for everybody. Okay, so there you go. So here you can see this is when it happened. So this must have been it right here on EOS. So this, look at this thing. Oh my God, Jesus Lord, is this
Yeah,
it?
so we can see like what actually happens and how that just, people get out. It's like,
Holy,
okay, I've made my money. I've run up on the fork. It's like we all know that it's going to go up, and yeah.
that was it. Look at that run.
And I
Wow.
do see that happening for Bitcoin Cash as well. As much as I love Bitcoin Cash and much as I love using it and it's so easy to use, it's just, when I'm trading it, I'm going to get out.
Wow, that was a huge run up. Yeah, so there's the run up everybody on EOS, and then now this fell out a week before the fork happened. So the fork happened a week, 7 days later, and then it totally died. And then ETC did the same thing. So we also have ETC did the same run up. Now theirs was all the way back, and let's see if we can find theirs. This maybe, yep, there it is. So this must be it. So ETC, hold on a second, I'll find ETCs. ETC was March. Let's see, hold on a second here. God, what year was that? Holy cow. Let's try to find ETC. March 5th, the sell off had already started. So January, March, got it. So this is it. So here it is right here. So you see the fork right here, and then is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Geez, Lord, I wonder. I'm just trying to find this. March, April, May. So, anyways, I'm gonna have to do a little more research on this, but I had a bunch of good stuff set. But those are the last two coins that people said forked, and one of the things people were making fun of EOS Network because they launched their main net, right?
Yeah.
And and yeah, so I mean, I have to say that you guys got to be really careful because crypto is very buy the rumors, sell the news, buy the pre-event, sell the actual event. Oh, here, Tech sent me a picture. Hold on a second. Tech just sent me a picture of it.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's see what Tech's got here. Tech just sent me a picture. Where's it at? Tech. Tech, where did you send that picture at? I did not get it. I did not get it, Tech. There it is. All right. Tech sent me the picture. Oh, yes. There it is. All right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, here we go. So, let me bring this up for everybody. All right. So, this is what Tech usually sends me. Usually, he sends me some selfies of himself. It's really awkward, but at least now he's sending me some good. Hey,
No, do you
but
know what's really awkward? It's when guys just send you a message and it just says hi. It doesn't say anything else. It's
yeah,
like,
it's real awkward. Tech does the
okay,
same
it's
thing. Tech sends me things. He just
yeah.
says hi. It's really awkward for me and him. But so so here's the ETH fork. Oh, so this is his ETH fork, and then here's the BCH fork, and then he's basically what he's saying is that it dies off, right? So
Yeah.
that there's a hardcore die off after the forks, which we all know, right? And there's yeah, so when these do happen, it's a huge die off. So I think since this is ETH, and God, that's got to be a while ago, but one of the things that we all have to recognize is that people are wise to this now, and I am expecting a sooner dump. I think on BCH because I just feel people are no one wants to get their hand caught in that deep dump that's gonna occur. So
No,
hopefully.
definitely not. Definitely not. So it could even happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah. So Tech is so Tech's one of our moderators here. He's actually been in the group for a long time. So what I would really want to keep an eye just is I'm looking at these supports right here. So listen, I came down. We did break through this wedge line right here. You see, we tested the wedge line on the top side and
Mm-hmm.
broke under it. So listen, if we don't hold this, we can't break right back above this wedge. I am looking for a little bit further drop before we bounce. But like Lisa, we both are pretty in the same zone. I think we're going to see a bounce down here a little bit lower no matter what. Even if we break up a little, come down, I still think we'll
Yeah.
test this before we go back up. And now listen, we don't have much time for the fork. So, this is kind of like if you're trying to get in now, just be wary because in the future, as soon as this baby does fork, you're going to be looking to put a fork in it because it is going to dump super hard, right? Really, really hard.
Yeah, so if you're shorting, it's a good thing, definitely. So, if you're looking to get into a BCH short in the next, couple of days before
Great
that
short.
fork,
Great short.
great
Yes.
short.
Great short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now here he
So
is.
there's options. There's
There
options.
are options. So, I have some trend lines that come down from the top, a trend line from lower, kind of like a catch zone. So, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of turn this into a red area because this is going to be a very dangerous area to get into where I think you're going to find all the resistance. And, if it does make it up here, I will be looking to short the living crap out of this. Right? I will be looking short living crap out of this uh, a day, a, a day or a few days before the fork.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
So there we go. So I'm just, we're just going to be watching and waiting. And hopefully it already hasn't started to take the dump out, right? Because I think if you would have got up here for your short, you would have been a little safer, even if this baby runs back up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree.
Oh, got it. So what Texas say? He says unless it's a leverage pressure only, the holders need to hold out for the coin. So the longs will close and the shorts will pressure, but it's going to be rough. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
real rough. It's gonna be really really tricky. Take the money now or take the money on the.
Yeah, it's like, do you want the coins? It's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
take the money now or take the dump, right? Take the dump because if you look at the other coins, I mean they pretty much dumped in half. So if you're at 600 with two coins and this thing all of a sudden falls out of the sky to 380, I mean, you're still
Mm,
up, but how up are you? And if you got to remember, the higher this thing goes up, the farther it has to drop, and then you're pretty much even.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is there any other tokens you want to go over? Any other news? Anything?
No, ZEC. I don't know how do you guys say it. ZEC.
ZEC? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Zcash. Posted a chart the other day. It's looking very nice. So it's got some good rises happening right now. It's a very
ZEC.
similar pattern to a lot of the alts that
Got
found the
it.
bottom, had a couple of touches.
Boy, I have not done this chart in a long time. Ah, I found the bottom. Look at this. So here's the last time I did this chart right there. I found the bottom. I did pretty good finding the bottom. And yeah, it's got a little bit of bounce off the bottom right there. It looks pretty nice. This is let's see,
Yeah.
Lisa's gonna bring hers up. You got it?
Yeah, it's coming up. There we
All right,
go.
all right. Go ahead. What do you see in here?
So yeah, so we found the bottom. We've come up. We've had that first wave. We've come down for the second wave. We're in a third wave right now. I don't think we've completed that third wave fully. I think we've got a little bit more to go up. I don't know if it's necessarily whether you want to jump into that wave when it hasn't got a lot to go. So we will retrace probably around the 125 area. So, that might be a good place to get back in. Yeah, so but it's looking really good. It's got nice pattern happening. So it's very curvy. I like the curvy pattern when it's hit the bottom. So I don't see us coming back down. A lot of the alts had, 2 or 3 touches. We go back here. We've had 2 touches around this area here. We've had a couple of touches over here. It's looking really nice to sort of start climbing. ZEC is one of the coins that had a massive, massive jump. So, in some exchanges it was around $1,200. So, we're down just kind of 10% of that price right now. So, for those poor people that bought in, that it's kind of worse than Bitcoin, where, Bitcoin never got down to 2,000, whereas ZEC and a few of the other alts have gone, kind of 5 to 10%, which is a bit painful if you're, one of those holders from higher. That would be why I recommend never to hold in these kind of markets. But yeah.
Yeah, seriously, you'll never get your money back. Boy, if you bought up there,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm looking at my chart on it right now. I'm just trying to throw some wedge
Yeah, like I
patterns
think
on
on
there.
Binance it was like, it dropped in at about $900. So, it's still it's a huge drop, huge drop.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wedge this baby up right here and see what I can come up with. It's definitely it's tough for sure. I'm trying to,
Yeah, we've kind of, along that, I've got a blue dash line on mine and we've kind of snaked along that. And it's, we're getting the higher lows. We're getting the higher lows on the RSI as well. So, I'm kind of looking for that $200 mark. It's a long-term target. It's not a short-term target. So, I'm not thinking it's going to be a week to 2 weeks. It might be, that's a swing that's going to be probably a month to 2 months
yeah.
before we get to those targets.
Yeah, so I got mine right here. So I just brought my chart up for everybody to see. And I see us in, I'm trying to decide if this is like kind of a channel right here. I don't really like this.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough. I mean, I'm looking in here. I'm trying to see. Let me just go a little deeper. I just want to go over to the weekly here. Let me peek at the weekly over here. Came down into the bottom of this area, like you know what I'm saying? So you came down
Yeah.
into a really strong confluence zone. Like right here, look at my lines. These are old, so you can see this confluence area. Look at that. Bam, bam.
Yeah, look at
And
that.
then, so you just, those 2 lines perfectly along there that I added. And then, just couldn't break them. So, went down into this. So the better thing to do here, I should have done, it's better thing to do would have probably been to put like like some kind of an area like this, and just been like, hey, this is, came down, and then you see that wick. Check out that wick right there. So you can go ahead and where
Yeah.
that wick came down, you can just go like this, right? So you see that support. Look at how that support line works really good. And get nice V bottom on the weekly, beautiful V bottom on the weekly right there. Then came around, double bottom, and bouncing up. So yeah, very bullish here. This is a really bullish candle that's playing out in the weekly. So
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
it's a nice looking chart. So,
Yeah, that's a
I do
bullish
think we've got
candle.
to retrace soon on the lower time frames, but I ladder your buys in and I think you'll be good.
So the one thing I would watch for on this is just to see, now you got plenty of time for this to play out, but see if this will actually break this volume bar candle that you had back here 4 weeks ago, if you can break this volume bar candle, that'd be very bullish. You kind of be watching for a bullish step up like this, right? This
Yeah.
kind of pattern right there. Now, these candles right here, I would have been super sketch on. Like all these candles, I would have been looking to short the bejesus out of this. And
But
just
you are a bear at heart, Chris. You are really a bear
yeah,
at heart.
hey, listen, I look at these candles right here. These are very bearish candles. Like this is a nice bull candle. This is a really nice bull candle. But all of these are just very bear. I love this pattern. I see
Yeah.
this on the weekly. I like this. I mean, I would have gone in on this. This look, you got the run up, you had the volume run up with that. Yeah, you got the volume run up. This would have been a really good long trade. I mean, all the way up here would have been a beautiful long trade. And it just, this is more bullish to me than this is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
This is beautiful bullish action. But look at all the volume you had here too. So I wonder what was going on with the coin. You know what? I'll tell you what. I bet you I know what was happening back then. We're
Well,
gonna
I
do
think
a
this was one of the coins that there's been a lot of talk about listing on exchanges and, you know, sort of, I think it was one of the Coinbase ones.
Oh, got it. Let me throw my bars on here. Let's try to change the bars. Let's just candles. Let's do a line. All right, so there's BTC. Okay, so it ran counter to BTC right here. So take a look at this during this time. So this blue line is BTC. So you see it
Mm-hmm.
ran up with BTC, but then BTC started to dump and it took off, right? And then you
Yeah.
came over here and what this was doing, so it looks to me like the coin was still trying to drop, but BTC ran up and it ran up with BTC right here. So this looked like the coin had downward selling pressure, but it was literally just following BTC as BTC moved up. And then every time BTC fell out, moved up, fell out, moved up. And you can
Yeah.
see the correlation here, but this was very bullish for Zcash. Right now you see this horrific sideways movement. Look at the little dip we have here in BTC, and you have the rise. So this is bullish to me. This is, as BTC is kind of taking a little dip, Zcash is doing a good job trying to take off. You're right.
Yeah. I think,
That's a bullish.
Zcash is a nice chart at the moment.
This is yeah.
And I think there's a lot more money to be made in these alts than there is in BTC right now. So
Oh,
I think we need to have a look through some of these alts and, pick out the gems, see,
yeah.
get the great patterns.
Yeah. Scott says that there's just 1,000 BTC that was transferred to an unknown wallet. So, one of the things I see is a lot of these transfers. And then you go back to your chalk and money flow and you look at that, and it's like, I wish I could say people were dumping their money into alts right now. But I don't even see enough money
I
pouring
just
into
there's a
alts.
lot of there's a lot of OTC trading happening right now. So a lot of the banks, there's a lot of Swiss banks, a lot of European banks are doing a lot of OTC trading.
Got
So
it.
that's something that I do get approached for to sort of set up this sort of stuff for people. So that's happening. There's a lot of big funds that are looking at OTC trading. They're not going to come onto the exchanges when they can get a discount, sort of, going behind the scenes. So we're going to see a lot of those sort of movements sort of happening right now in wallets. BTC, we can see, we can kind of follow where that's going. So, I think a lot of those are, a lot of these place and have been in discussion for at least 6 months. So, they're kind of coming to the end of their agreements and the money is getting transferred, which is nice. And we're going to start seeing that. And, hopefully some of these big players that are doing these 1,000 BTC transfers are going to come into the market and start trading and, moving the price a little
Yeah.
out of that $6,000 to $8,000 zone that we're sort of stuck in right now.
Yeah, I'm actually doing my. Yeah, I hope we finally get some. Trust me, we're all hoping for some movement here.
Yeah,
Finally.
yeah. So, it's coming up to Christmas, we always do get that movement. I think there's probably, I think it was either 2013 or 2014 where we had an extended bear market and we didn't get that movement. Hopefully 2018 is not one of those years and we get a little bit of, Christmas movement coming up. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Um, yeah, and unless we kind of break way down below 5.7 for BTC, which I'm not kind of seeing right now, I think we're going to hit those higher levels.
Yeah, I'm just doing up my chart right here. Throwing in some resistance points and support. All right, there we go. Pretty easy. Yeah, so you're right on. You take a look at this confluence area right here. I mean, you're literally
Yeah.
right in this. Now you did get a little bit of a double top out there. Let's see if how this plays out. I mean, you could get a little bit of a retrace down to, you can maybe see a little bit of a retrace down to here, and then this would be a support area right in there. You're definitely going to get a little support area right in here. Let's try to bring this across. Yeah, we're going to change that up. There we go. So you'd be looking for this to hold some support right here. So it just came up, banged on the top, maybe come down. You're going to be looking for support, but you got the wedge. You're still in the wedge right there. Have to
Yeah.
just let that bait play out. Let's take a look at Raven. Huge sad face for me. So my stop loss is still not triggered yet, but I will cry like a baby if it does. ETC, let's see what we got. Let's zoom back in over here. We got this old. So I like ETC. It looks like honestly, this looks like a big falling wedge to me. A bullish wedge right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see ETC actually break out of this wedge right here. We're going to have to watch this one play out. Nano.
Yeah. I've got ETC and a wedge as well. So
Yep. I have the same thing. So there's Lisa's chart. So Lisa says ETC about to break the wedge. Yep. So I see the same wedge pattern. It's what's your top target there? $17. Wait,
17. Yeah. Again, that's a extended swing trade. It will, the waves will go up and down within that. But $17 is about what I'm seeing.
Yeah, if this breaks out, my first target would be back up into this confluence area right here. Everybody take a look. So I'd look to be breaking up into there. So let's see what happens there. Nano broke out of the wedge, broke out of the support on the bottom, broke out of everything. It just totally broke down. People have big sad face if you're holding Nano. Would have been would have been a good short for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I even saw that coming. As short though.
Yeah, not Nano.
No.
Yeah, I have some pretty this new weighted moving average TSI, really amazing indicator that I'm using now. I like it. WTC, I was Walton Chain. Listen, I've had this here forever, and this is exactly the pattern it's making, and it's kind of what I expected to play out. Doggy, here. Now, I want to say this, and I'm going to say this again. Doggy calls the fall of BTC. Okay? Doggy always calls the fall of BTC. And, and look, I mean, I'm telling you, every single time Doggy takes a dump, no pun intended, right? That
well, doggy is an Australian coin, so we should come coming first here.
There you
So
go. That's right.
we are in the future.
That's right. So look, here's my charts. So you squeeze this back in time and you can see, look, doggy falls out first, then BTC falls out. It always goes first. Right? So look, doggy was already falling out. BTC was like, "Yeah, we're going to the moon, Lambos." Doggy was all, "No, you're not. You're an idiot." Falling out already. And then finally BTC's like, huge sad face, mega fall. So this purple line is BTC. This is doggy, and you guys can see where doggy knew the end was coming and started falling out first. Look, doggy knew the end was coming and started falling out first, right? Way ahead of the curve.
That is a major big call that you're saying doggy leads the market.
Yep, and guess what? Doggy just tanking off here really
So
hard.
you're saying like doggy's a guide dog or it's a husky in the snow or something.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So I said, so this was my what I was saying yesterday. I said, hey, if this isn't three bottoms, which was super bullish, three bottoms is very, very, very bullish, right? And I said three bottoms, man, that's bullish. I said, if this breaks lower, this says that the market is very weak, right? If this pumps, it's going to go to here, and that would be bullish. This would have been a bullish sign for me if doggy would have pumped up. But doggy just decided to head to support, right? And I've had this support level up here forever for doggy, and this is my support. Now, this support here indicates if doggy comes down and falls out of this support, it will literally mean that BTC is going to head to 6,000. Okay, if we break this support with doggy, BTC, and I'm going to write it on here so everybody can see it, right?
That's a big call because that breaks EW pattern. So
this support,
yeah,
and BTC heads, and BTC heads to 6,061.
So if you're like BTC is heading to 6,000, you're also like, let's have a look at this chart. Let's go to the weekly. So we're on a sort of moving across on a long-term support here. So this long-term support, as I draw all over my chart, has kind of been happening. Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, you got to hit the thing at the middle top.
Just going to draw. So we've got, this is like 20th of March, like 2017, this support. So, that's where we're headed at the moment. So if we break down below into that $6,000 region.
6,100. 6,000 to 6,100.
Okay, we're still breaking that support. That support's kind of sitting at the right now. Yeah, I suppose we'd be around that point. So 60.77 we're sitting at for that support.
Yeah, yep, there you go.
Yeah, so 60.77 right to 61.32, and then we could bounce right up.
Right off it.
Definitely.
Right off.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're going to bounce off that lower trend line. I had it on all my previous BTC charts. I still think we're going to hit the trend line. We're going to bounce right off it.
Yeah.
And it's what I'm expecting. I don't know what's going to say, the typical thing is going to save us, whatever the hell's been saving us for the last 500 times. Last 500 times we decided to fall down there. But I still think we're going to go up. We're going to get a little fall down to there, and then we're just going to bounce right off of it, and it's just going to be a November and December, and then we're all going to cry all the way through November.
We've been teasing on that line for a little bit now, so yeah.
But we're going to get to play some good alts, and I think that's what the key is.
Exactly.
It's staying in the range.
BTC continues to sort of stabilize. The alts are doing some nice things, so yeah.
We don't even need Tether, people. We have BTC as our stable coin.
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
We don't even, it literally, we have,
It's not like it's doing much at the moment, so it's pretty stable out there.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, Raven. Listen here. So we have a question on Raven. Hippie says Hippie's in the group. So listen, if Raven does not hold in double bottom here, it will break, and yeah. So yeah, it's look. The best thing to happen to Raven right now is for Raven to double bottom. See this right here. So you want to double bottom with this one, right? And let me so I'm going to show right here. So you want to basically double bottom with this. And let me make this white. And you want to do it right in here. So this would be your ideal situation for Raven, as a nice double bottom pattern, which would also be probably considered an Adam and Eve, and then you'd sweep back up for one more push up. My issue, here's my issue right now. This is a double top, right? So when you get a double top, you're usually looking to retrace the entirety of that wave up. So if that was a double top, this technically would be your double top target, right? Double top target, right? This would be your double top target based on this double top that we called long time ago. Okay, so this, you just got to kind of slide over here, because this would be the retrace area for that double top. Now the good news is once you get down here, you'd have a bounce, and you could just, you play a bounce off that double bottom right there. Switch charts, sorry, switch charts. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so one more time. Here's your double top on Raven. I apologize. So this called long time ago. We looked at this double top. Man, this was good. Got that perfect double top. Now the target for a double top is basically right here. So this is your target for your double top. If this is a legitimate, which it's looking like right now, you're also looking to make a double bottom. So if this holds and this holds in here, right here, if we get a little bit wick out down, and then this bounces off, we can see an Adam and Eve bottom here, and then another push back up. But look at the volume. The volume's completely dropping off on Raven Coin. So we're getting some really laggy, really bearish volume as the prices move down and the volume breaks down. That is super, super bearish. TRX came down into our support area. So once again, it's the same exact thing, right? Double top on TRX, top. The double top on TRX, this is it. This is the support for the double top. This is where you'd be looking for this to go to, okay? Now we came down. Look at our wick candle. Came down, bounced up like we expected, right? Now we just bounced down a little lower. So we were here, right? Bounced down to there, bounced up, and then continued down. Okay, so I know, don't troll me. I scooted them over, but I expected a bounce. This is clearly a freaking bounce, okay? Got the bounce, and then, this is it. We're going to look to, this support looks like it's breaking, so we're going to be looking to hit the double bottom support right there. ETH, let's take a look at ETH. Still doing good. It's going great. Looks good. Looking to come down and hold this trend line. Nothing's changed. We came right into the red support area. So if you look right there, there's your red support area. We did miss this bullish top by just a little bit. It's okay. But listen, came right back down, right into the support area. Let's see how well this plays out. Now you got to hold the trend line here. You break that trend line, and it's going to get real ugly real fast. But I think we're going to hold the trend line. I really think we can possibly hold one of these trend lines, and I'm going to draw another one. Okay, there's my next trend. So if, and what I'll do is I'll go like this. But I think we're going to hold one of these trend lines for a bounce right here, right? So let's clone that baby. Do you have ETH over there? All right, Lisa's got her ETH chart.
Yeah.
Perfect. And let's see what she's got. So, I'd like to see this hold here. And if this really can can get going, and I hate to say it, but ETH and LTC do lead the way for everything. So, man, I just don't
Yeah.
know. I'm looking at this and
I've got kind of a channel happening that it's been sitting in there for quite a while, for a couple of weeks, and it keeps ducking back into the channel, popped out
yeah,
of the channel, and it's come back in. So, I was hoping it would keep going up. I've got a short-ish term, probably 2-week target for around 285. So, if it continues up, if we break that lower 189, then we're dropping to 150. So
yeah,
yeah, it needs to hold that channel that I've got it in at the moment, and if it's doing all right. It's been holding since kind of September within that range, and not dropping too much lower. But yeah, so it's like Bitcoin at the moment. It's very, very sideways. So yeah, hopefully we get some price and some volume movement. We're seeing the selling power sort of dropping off at the moment. We've got a little, small buys coming in, but not a lot of volume coming into the market for ETH right now.
yeah. So, listen, I just added a brand new trend line. I went off the candle closes right here. Candle close, candle
Yeah.
close, candle close. And this looks like a really good, now you're trapped, right? So let's see, you're trapped in this ever tightening range, and I want to do, so I'm gonna add, unfortunately, just because I can't add enough of these damn things, I'm gonna add one more trend line to there. So this trend line right here has done pretty good in the past, right? So you've had, let me bring this up a little bit higher. Now remember, I just switched this over. So look at that. Look at how well that trend line played out right there. So you had, now unfortunately I went off the wick, double wick, came up through the wicks, and the body in the wick right there. So this did hold on the daily chart. Now if this breaks, I mean, you're literally just going to be looking for this wedge and or this wedge right here is what you're gonna be looking for this. Yeah, like Lisa says, and I have to find that wedge is at 200, and then you go down here and you see like all that confluence, right?
Yeah.
Right. Let's just go back into here.
So it's kind of, it's hit that wedge and it's come back down. So we haven't, for ETH, we haven't broken that wedge yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's our support. So the support's down on the right there in the 200 201 range. Right.
Yeah.
I'll mark that support. All right, there we go. So that's your good support right there. Lisa threw a line on her chart. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Lisa, yep, there you go. So she's got a 220-ish kind of a top right there, holding
Yeah.
that down. Yep.
Yeah, it's 220. So it's kind of, it's holding that down. It may come up, have another touch there, double top, and then I think it'll, retreat back down.
Yeah, let's take a look at XRP. So my two support levels on XRP. So there's one support area. There was the second support area. First support area just completely ripped through it. The support area was definitely too high, but now we're going to turn this into resistance. Right, so we're going to turn this into a resistance area. And so half my trade did get stomped out, right? So I had half of my
Ouch.
XRP stomped out. So the good news, I still had the rest of it in there. So I still have half of my XRP trade on that bounce. Look, I was expecting for this to bounce in one of these areas. Look at how perfect that bounced off here. But I'm going to kill Coinbase. Okay, so I still have. Did anybody see my tweet yesterday? Anybody see my tweet? Let's bring it over here. Let me find my tweet here. Let me find my tweet. Come on. Speed up. Hold on a second. Let me pull this tweet up right here. Okay, so let's find Vamp's tweet. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is my letter to Coinbase Claus, right? I said, "Dear Santa, dear Santa, for my bag of XRP." So this is Santa Base. That's Coinbase. This is my Santa letter to Coinbase for Christmas, to save my bag of XRP. Right? They're killing me, absolutely killing me
Bit of
by.
advice there, Vamp. Don't get too attached to your bags.
Listen, I'm attached to Coinbase. Making the announcement is all I'm attached to, right? All I'm attached to. Golly, come on. We know they're gonna get
I
listed.
had a bag of Neo a while back, and I was so attached to that bag, and I was Bitsum was gonna release it, and I was so attached to that announcement coming out that I've never been attached again because I lost so much money on that trade. And it
God,
just didn't happen. I
I'm
don't think it's happened to this day.
I
So yeah.
I'm so upset right now that Coinbase has not announced it. Pissed. Absolutely
Yeah.
pissed. What a bunch of bastards.
And it's going to be a Neo situation. It's really going to be. It's
Yeah.
just, and don't get so attached to your bags. Buy a new one.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I bought it for now. I bought it and it went up, but I'm still was waiting for that like real pop, from
Yeah, yeah.
that real you get the hey, we're gonna launch XRP and then the crowd goes
We're
wild.
going to $3.30 again.
Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, that's not happening.
No, it's not. Not
Uh,
for a long time.
uh, okay. Coinbase pop 70 cents, right? No way it's going into it. I know a lot of people, $1,000. Listen, if this thing goes to $1, I'm gonna be super happy. But yeah,
Yeah.
the sad
I've
news,
got
I'm
a
gonna
I've got
get
a long
stopped at.
term for XRP for 82 cents. So yeah.
Yeah, let's
And
see
so
what.
occasionally when I put XRP targets up, I forget the decimal point, and everyone's like, "Whoa, we got to $83." No,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you forgot the decimal. Yeah.
yeah,
Let's take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin is my indicator for my leading indicator for all of crypto, pretty much, right? For the majors. Let's just call it for the majors. Very bearish here. Now let's take a look. I'm going to peel this back. 4 hour, nope. 6 hour looking for a bleeding nine, looking to hit a nine next time, and just a lot of bearishness. A lot of bearishness. Listen, we needed this retrace. It was an easy trade. We all knew this was coming. Listen, I did a pretty good job of looking for this as an E wave. Now we're just looking for, we're just looking now. We came down to support, and I'm expecting a bounce right here, a little bit of a bounce off this support. But let's see what happens. It's got to hold right here. Okay, this did look like a
yeah,
daily bottom over there, and I still think Litecoin leads the way. I still think it is. Let's take a look at Lisa's chart. Lisa's got Litecoin pulled up. What do you got?
yeah. So I think we're nearly at the bottom of that four. We're kind of in the sort of area where we're almost going to overlap, and I think we're coming up for a fifth very, very shortly. So I'm kind of seeing it could double top at 58, or, we could go up for that higher fifth wave to sort of, 63 to 65. I think that's going to be very similar to what Bitcoin's going to do, very similar pattern right now. I don't think we're going to get the deep retrace that, and the deep sort of bear market for Litecoin. I think, we've got our selling pressures sort of easing off now. And yeah, I'm seeing a bounce soon.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You said I don't see a bear market for Litecoin. Litecoin is at $50 range. I'm just saying, $50 Litecoin would have told me that.
No, extreme. Like I don't
Extreme
see
bear,
it
right
as
there you
sort
go,
of,
like $30 or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I think like who was it? Magic Poop Cannon on TradingView had like a it was some ridiculous sort of like $20 or $30 or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he had this extremely low sort of price that he was
Yeah.
searching for Litecoin, and I'm just like, I don't see that.
Yeah,
So,
the
I don't know if any of us saw sort of, Litecoin going from the hundreds of dollars down to, where it is now either.
Yeah, so on my chart for Litecoin, I mean, the kind of the lowest that I have down here is, just running these trend lines down, into the $40 range is kind of where I see this, and then you'd get your massive bounce. You get a nice big fat bounce out of this. I just, with Litecoin, it's just I don't know what it is about Litecoin, but I just like I can count on a big A, B, C, D, E wave, looking for this E wave to
Yeah.
fall out. Then you look at this double bottom right here. So it sends a mixed signal. So you did get a double bottom right there. If this is the double bottom, the target's going to be this wick out right here at 62 bucks.
Yeah.
But it has to hold right here. You really have to hold this.
Yeah, we
Otherwise, it's
really need
gonna.
to hold right now, sort of, in the next few dollars, we've got to hold this coin on Litecoin, definitely.
Yeah, and I'd say give this 2 days to play out before you really want to make a trade on this, right? I'd wait two
Yeah.
days before I'd go any direction on this. Now you didn't really make a double top up here, but I just like I said, I'd wait 2 days for this coin to play out. If it does fall, if you do just continue your fall down to the $51 range, I'd really start to get I'd look for these lower targets just to come down here and bounce off this trend line, right?
Yeah, if you go back a bit further, you'll see that we actually hit that support 3 times. So we've had a triple bottom on Litecoin.
Yeah, yes, yeah, you're right. One, two, three. Yeah, follow that trend line up right there. Yep, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
right. Yeah.
we've kind of seen triple bottom. I don't think we'll come. That's kind of why I've got it going up to that 62, $63 mark, just because of those 3 touches down on that line.
Yeah, and then Lisa has those three touches on her chart right there. One, two, three. Yep. So, I still think, I always have hope that we'll finally get into a bear season. I do. Bull season, I mean. We'll finally get into a bull season because this bear season is just wearing me out. ZRX, let's take a look at our ZRX chart to see what we have over on ZRX. Yeah, not good. So ZRX falling out to support. Listen, we tried so hard. Look at how long. Look at how insane this was. Like, I can't even tell you guys. To trade this sideways in this range is just crazy, right? Look at this. The 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of side. I mean, absolutely sideways. Had a red nine, flipped it to a green one, and then just dropped it. Just the most evilest thing ever. Now just looking for the support to hold, that was it. I mean, I was looking for this as a double bottom possibly right here. ZRX is trying to double bottom. This is a very easy trade if it breaks south. This will be looking for 0.65, 0.66. If this is a confirmed double bottom, which it is now not, right there would have been your target. So there goes your double bottom target. Big, huge, sad face to ZRX bag holders. Right?
I love your sad faces.
Yeah, big, huge, sad face. Yep. So now we're looking for support down here, 65, 66. Let's see how well that'll hold out right there. Let's see what Lisa's got on her chart. Go for it.
No, I don't have a
Oh, she
ZRX
does not have a
chart.
ZRX chart. It's
Oh.
okay. It's all right. All right. It's okay. Let
I
me.
don't think I've ever done a ZRX chart, actually. I should have a look.
Yeah, ADA, let's take a look at our ADA chart. Very nice. Look, I expected this to come down and give us a little bounce, right? Now, ADA, I'm, 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 I'm it, I don't know, right? I don't know. This coin, I like it. I like Cardano. I like what it does. I do see this as a flag pattern still, right? So I still see this as a flag pattern. This has got to really just break past this line right here. It's got to break out lower. Then it'll kind of invalidate this flag pattern, right? But I look at this as a big flag channel. There's your flagpole. This would be your target if this was a shooting up. This is tough. We got to see how this turns out. Now here's the challenge. Oh, that's a 3-day chart. We're going to go all the way down. 2-day chart. I'm going to go down to the daily chart. Okay, so I'm down to my daily chart, and here is, flagging volume. Listen, look at the volume here. Look at the volume there. This is a super easy short. I mean, the arrows called this perfect. You couldn't have called this any great. The volume called the fall, right? Look, you had very bearish volume. You had price action increasing, volume dropping. This was a super easy dump, super easy call. You've just got to... You just got to hold on here. Anybody in ADA, you just got to hold on. And this is it. You're kind of at a make or break to break out of this flag pattern. You've got to hold, I'd say you got to hold this line right here, because if you break lower, it's just going to dump down to the trend line. Once you get down to here, you're really going to have an issue. So you're going to have to look for this final support right here. So your final support is going to be, let me do this. So I'm going to bring this right down there, and we're going to drop that right in there, and then I'm going to make this red. This is like the critical area, right? This is the oh crap. This needs to hold, right? All right, so that's it. You don't hold this, and then this will just get super ugly right there for us. All right, and you got 88. Yep, Lisa's got her 88.
Yeah, hang on. We'll go back to the daily. It's a bit squished up on the weekly. Yeah. Here we go. So still in pattern, still slowly climbing up. Our RSI has cooled from the other day from when I was looking at that. And we've come back down for that second wave. We've completed the entire first subwave of that major wave there. So, yeah, I think, we're still in that pattern. We're still seeing that fourth wave's completed. My chart doesn't want to move today.
All right.
It's just doing what it wants to do. Do you hate that?
Yeah. Okay, you got it?
Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to go down to a 4-hour if it wants to move. No, it doesn't want to move.
Oh, I see you're poking it. I see your finger.
Yeah, no, it's just not moving.
No, it's not happy.
No.
Not a happy chart. It says
Not
only
happening.
like the daily. All right, so Lisa's looking at that was wave 2. She's looking at this to start to bounce into wave 3, and look, we are starting to get that bounce right there. We're just gonna have to see follow through. Now I do still think let's see how BTC picks up. I still think ADA is just gonna follow BTC. SIA coin, the war is real, right? So you still got the battle going on between Bitmain and the SIA core. And this battle is killing everyone. So everybody who is a SIA holder, they are slowly dying because of this giant war that's going on between Bitmain and SIA, the SIA core people. We already went over Bitcoin Cash, so we already did that. We're going to go Zcash. We already did that. Neo.
Yeah.
Neo looking... looks like, so I said we got a double top on Neo. We're still dropping, and sure enough, we're still dropping. And Leah, you got a Neo chart over there?
Yeah, I'm just bringing that up.
All right, Lisa's bringing up her chart.
Here we go.
Got it?
My screen is being very touchy right now.
Very
yeah,
fussy.
so Neo, we've got in a similar pattern to sort of ADA, Cardano. So that very, very sideways sort of snaky pattern. ZC's in the same pattern. So I really think all of these coins are going to sort of, follow what BTC does. So, if BTC continues to go up, some of these alts are going to continue to go up. BTC drops below that $6,000 mark, then there's going to be some blood in the streets.
Yeah. No, we're on the same page with that. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah. So with Neo, listen, and a lot of these coins, it's just tough to make any calls. I don't like unless I got some news on them. I'm not really happy with any of them lately.
Yeah.
EOS. Let's take a look at our EOS. I just have EOS all wedged up, trying to hold this support right here. Just broke out of our RSI wedge. The Beast Scalper called the short on it. The Vamp called the E-Wave on it. Right into our resistance. I'm going to slide that over. And now we're looking to be saved by the channel right here. EOS has taken a really hefty fall. Like this is a 6 hour. That's a pretty brutal fall right here. So I was looking for this to fall a little lower. It hit the 5.0 and bounced off our 5.0. I was actually looking for this to find a little bit of support on this trend line right here, but might not happen. So let's see how well EOS does. Lisa's got her EOS chart up.
Yeah.
And
So I'm kind of it's holding that. It hasn't dropped back down to that trend line. It's going. It's not as snaky. It's a bit more jagged, this pattern. I'm not overly happy with the way this pattern's looking. There's not a lot of volume coming into this market whatsoever. If we have a look down the bottom here, we've got tiny amounts of volume, tiny amounts of selling. Everyone's kind of going, okay, I'm either holding or I'm not even going to buy into this coin, because it's sideways forever. It's literally, August, and we've been dropping, and we've broken all support. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of EOS at the moment.
yeah. So on this chart too, look, if you look at when I zoom out on my 6 hour chart right here, you'll see I have this all pulled back in a big wedge, and I'm able to count on an A, B, C, D, and an E out of this thing. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of, you need to watch out and be careful for that, because that is a bearish continuation pattern. You're just looking for support. These are the supports you're looking for. You got your resistances above you. And let's just kind of see how that plays out.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance above. So yeah, I'm seeing that sort of rising. It might sort of go back down and touch that $4.30 mark again. So yeah.
Yeah, just Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. A massive upswing on the Dow. So listen, we've always said that we're just looking for a 15% retracement, and then this is not a correction or a bear run or bear turn. And I just kind of want to see how far this did dip down here. Let me see this. See how close Vamp was. Oh God, I was far off. Right, I was far off. 10%.
Stick to crypto. Stick to crypto.
Yeah, stick to crypto. So we got a 10% retrace, and then just a monster bounce. So the elections, like I said, the elections went really good for everybody. Everybody gets their say now, which for the American people means we don't get jack crap done for the next 2 years, which is, kind of the best thing.
Well, pretty much you've got different parties, or you've got Republicans in one house, and then so it's going to be a shit fight.
It is. So nothing is gonna get done. So that's kind of good and bad for us. Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah. So there we go. Sorry. The EOS. Just to back up on my EOS charts, I didn't have my chart up at least. So my EOS. There's the big wedge. You can take a look at this wedge as it has fallen out. I count this A, B, C, D, and E, and then I'm just looking for more bearish. This is a bearish continuation pattern. I'm looking for this to go bearish. You see your RSI has a long way to go. Way to go down here on this. This is a 6 hour, so you can easily come down and just test the support down here on this, where I'm looking for this to touch. There's the Dow Jones. Sorry, everybody. I was looking for a deeper correction, right? I mean, there's 12. There's the deepest I had was 14.7. But great elections for everybody just means nothing's going to happen, which for pretty much all of us here is perfect, right? ICX, here's my ICX chart. So I have a very similar pattern, right? I have an A, B, C, D, and an E, right? This one is a little tougher. Now you're coming down. This is your E wave. You're coming down. You're at the bottom of your trend line. Check it out. You're hitting one of your trend lines. You hit it absolutely perfect on that trend line, right? This trend line now, you're on a bleeding nine. Okay, so you're on a bleeding nine. So I'm going to look for this thing to bounce a little bit. This thing is going to bounce. We're going to be looking for a bounce here somewhere, right? But we're going to look for a little bounce, which is perfect off that trend line right there. But then I'm going to be looking for more blood to come, and I'm looking for something like this, right? I'm looking for something more
Ouch.
like that. Yes, ICX, and trust me, me and ICX have a love-hate relationship, and it loves to wreck me, right? I stopped trading
I'm just
it.
looking at it. It's in a very similar pattern to Neo, EOS. It's kind of meandering along there. I'm not sure you're going to get that deep retrace on that one. It might hold that support.
Yeah, well, it's going to bounce right here for sure.
Quite
We're
some
on a
time.
9.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, it has definitely done a great job holding that support line multiple times over history, but I just gotta, oh man.
Eventually it will break down. Yeah, if it touches enough, it's going to break through.
Oh God,
Agreed.
I'm sorry, but I compare this to a really bad old ex-girlfriend that you keep going back to over and over and again for all of the wrong reasons, right? All the wrong damn reasons, right? And just the same thing, you get wrecked every single time, right?
See, that's where you can't get attached to these coins and tokens. So that's the empathy trap, as I like to call it. So if you're relating this stuff to girlfriends and previous partners, boyfriends, and stuff like that, then you're just going to get caught in that empathy trap. It's like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I'm married now. I'm way past that. Doesn't happen anymore.
Yes, I'm going through that at the moment.
Yeah. So and this is my thing. Listen, I feel I love this coin. I really, really, really was a huge fan of ICX. But I am looking for more downside, unfortunately, for ICX. And you can see where we've got a bunch of support that's all played out here down in these deeper channels. So listen, this got a lot of resistance, a lot of catch points. This coin is not even close to being doomed until it falls down here below 50 cents. So breaking 50 cents is kind of the doom scenario, right? You get down there and you break 50 cents, and now it gets real because you're going to break all your last supports. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the do or die point right there.
It is, but you've also got that selling pressure kind of easing off at the moment. So on the daily, we've seen a fair bit of selling pressure, and it kind of hasn't moved that market. So, if you're looking at the volume and the selling pressure and what it's done over the last couple of weeks, then we've held those supports, and it's possible that we're going to keep going a bit more sideways for a little bit. So I don't think we're doomed completely on ICX. I'm not thinking we'll break that 50 mark.
Yeah.
So
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, but
I hate
I'm
to
not
see this
seeing
baby
that
go.
huge bounce just yet either.
I hate to see this baby go. I've always loved this coin. Like I said, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Go back.
You gotta
I
let
take her
go,
to dinner.
Chris. Eventually,
She
you
treats
gotta
me
let
bad.
go.
Oh, I haven't traded ICX for. It's been 6 months. 6 months. I sold my last bag. I got my butt beat about 6 months ago for like the last time, and then I said,
that's me and Neo. That's me and Neo. We've broken up forever.
Done. Yes, yeah, and that's the way I feel. I feel me and ICX have broken up forever. We're done. We're done.
We're done.
That's it. I mean, I hate to say it, guys, but I was one of the idiots way back, right? And I'm going to take this chart way back right here. Okay, I was one of these guys. Whoa, way back up here, right? Way,
Ouch.
way up here. I was one of these idiots at $4 going, this is such a great coin. It's so amazing. Right, look at this. Huge dive to the dead. Just doom dive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just big sad face by Vamp. Big sad face. I mean, I really liked ICX. I think this is one of my, I really had a lot of hope for
That
this
was
guy.
kind of that was that May trap where everyone was like, we're out of the bear market, going back bull. It's like, everyone, Bitcoin went up to, I think, 10K, so there was so much hopium in the market at that point
Yeah,
that, nothing was ever going to be that red.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, this card just straight downward, just
Yeah.
absolutely straight downward for this coin. Nothing. There was never any green on that weekly chart, right? It was
No,
never
no, there's nothing.
straight to the bottom, straight to the bottom. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, everybody. So I think we're good. I think we got everything covered for everyone. Check out Wax. Peak says to check out Wax. Is this a pump and dump? I swear to God,
I
so
swear to
many
God,
pump and
wax is
dump groups.
such a pump and dump. And you see it on
Ah,
all
I
the,
have it.
yeah. I don't think I've ever traded it or ever done a chart.
Whoo! Look at Vamp's call on Wax. Look at Vamp. Go Vamp. Who is this guy? Who is this guy who makes these amazing calls, right? Wow, look at that puppy go. Hey, great call. Look at that. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Look at that baby go. When did this thing launch? Well, tell Mike I did a good job charting his coin. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. He was an investor in this? Is he okay? Is he still alive? He hasn't thrown himself off a bridge? Holy cow. Dude, yeah, this is a little pumpy dumpy, but um, that is
That's a big drop.
that's a big drop, but that's also a
But
really
it's
nice
not
run.
any bigger than some of the other coins and tokens that we've looked at today. So we're kind of looking, at that 90% sort of range.
Yeah,
Most of these like to retrace at least that. So yeah, it's not unusual.
yeah. Peak, did you call this? Well, apparently Vamp called this run up. Well, so the last time I called this was October 26th. I said this thing was going up. Wow. Um, that's
It
awesome.
will
Well,
eventually go up.
yeah, that's man. This thing is wow. I gotta see the daily candle on this thing. Wow, look at that. Yeah, good for. I should have traded this. I made a good call on it. That would have been a hell of a run up. Holy cow. Yeah. How far do you think that thing could go? Boy, I don't know. It's got some resistance ahead of it, so let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to just dial in right there. I mean, it's coming into the resistance area right now. I don't see it. I see it hitting a solid wall. I see it hitting a wall there, and then probably retracing a little bit, and then hitting a small wall there, and then this is where it's got to get through these two walls right there.
Yeah. RSI is looking pretty hot as well. So I think it needs to cool down.
Oh yeah. No, this is yeah, dude. I can't imagine. Yeah, the RSI in this thing must be insane. Very nice though. Good job. Good call by Vamp. I'll take it. All right, everybody. So yeah, even though I wasn't in it, it was a nice So, listen, everybody, thank you all so much, man. Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on the show today. We really appreciate
Thank you.
it.
It's been lots of fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, listen, everybody, if you get a chance, you should definitely go over and give Lisa a follow. Lisa, she's always at the top of my thing. Here we go. Here's Lisa. Go over and, oh, look at her. Such a super nice. Listen, Lisa, author, actor, crypto extraordinaire, right? Extremely talented. You guys should go over and give her a follower. Look, she's kicking my butt in followers. Okay, and one day I will catch up to her. I'm trying my best. So if you guys get a chance, go over and give Lisa a follow. And Lisa, we'd like to thank you one more time
Thank
for
you so
coming out
much for
again.
having me.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. For us at Until One Mil and Lisa and Peak, who is also one of our amazing contributors at Until One Mil, we are out.